Hey guys, I had a video request from a YouTube user, Cayman Rider Josh. He wanted me to do a video of all my Hot Wheels playsets that I have sealed in their boxes, but only the city playsets. So I'm gonna do a video about that, and this is gonna be kind of a history timeline, I guess, of the sets that I own, starting from oldest to most recent. Just kind of going through how these Hot Wheels city sets have progressed through the years and how, well, I think that quality has declined a bit in recent years in terms of city set release. But anyway, let's get started. This first set I have here, well, first of all, let me just note that most of these sets, starting with this one all the way through, these are called Hot Wheels World playsets. Let's see. Yeah, see here it says all roads lead to Hot Wheels World. So this was a theme of playset common in the 1990s, mid 1990s to say the early 2000s. So that's what most of these are going to be about. And I'm just showing a couple sets beforehand that don't really fit into that category, but they are city sets, and this is what led up to it. So first of all, this is the Hot Wheels Service Center Stow and Go set. This is very old. This is from 1980, I believe. I'll have to check on the date on the bottom of the box or wherever it says it, but let's see. 1979 is the copyright date right here. And look at this, made and printed in the USA. So this is a gem right here. Brand new, factory sealed. This has never been opened. I purchased this on eBay and it costed me like $100. It was one of those sets I just wanted to buy just in case, it might be worth money someday. Well, it already is worth money. It might be worth more someday. And it's just a nice set to have because this is a really cool set. It, as you can see here, it folds up and it opens up into a city. And you got an elevator, you got a lot of ramps, garages, little car repair section, a car wash, gas station. It's just like a whole little town in one that you can fold up and take with you. And this is something that you really don't see in stores anymore. And it was this was made before I was born, actually. So it's a pretty cool thing to have. And right here you can see the remnants of a Toys R Us price tag. I can kind of read $21.97 on there, so this is a pretty big set, and that's a really good price. Too bad they don't sell anything like that anymore, huh? But so now this set is about probably at least 10 years after this one. So Hot Wheels Stow and Go parking garage. And this has the same theme. Folds up and it opens up into a big city. You got an elevator, got a parking ramp, car wash, lots of ramps, garages, car repair. It's a really cool design. So let's look at the back. And this is copyright 1995. So this is actually a year before they started with the Hot Wheels World theme. So that's cool. And now, let's see if I can get this back in there. So now we start, well, actually first I have some of these. These are what I like to call $5 Hot Wheels sets. These used to be $5, they'd be on the pegs. And actually I have a couple that are precursors to Hot Wheels World. These are all Hot Wheels World, these are before that. So this is Hot Wheels City Burger Stand, and this looks like actually this looks kind of like boring if you ask me, because all you do is the car drives up here and then you got a garage, and then the building kind of folds in on itself to be portable. So kind of a boring idea if you ask me, but it has a copyright date of 1990. But what it shows is Hot Wheels, their designs anyway, they really improved. And then this is kind of my opinion, they kind of had a climax of really good designs, good sets, like, you know, mid-1990s to early 2000s, and then came the crappier designs again. But I'm going to go through these $5 sets. So then this is a Stow and Go gas station. It's a nice design. You got a car repair, little ramp, parking spot, gas station, and it folds up into that little cube there, and you can bring it with you everywhere. And this one is, well, same year as this parking garage right here that I showed you, which was 93. Let's see, I think this, what did this one say? I can't even remember. 19, I thought it said 1990. Now where did I see that? 95. Okay. So this, I guess this one was out, this service garage was out for more than a year. And I think this was too, actually. But anyways, so now we start on the Hot Wheels World sets. This one is copyright 1996. So this is the first run, and this is a gas station set. Really cool little design. What they did here is it's not as foldable as these older sets were. I mean, you can fold up this ramp in the back, but other than that, it's kind of meant to just sit on its own. And what happens is then they put more effort into the design of the overall set. You didn't have to worry about things folding up. It's just, you can get a better looking play set. So that's what this is here. So you got a little ramp here, got ladders. Ladders are cool, and you got a launcher, gas station, gas pumps right there. Really cool little set, and you don't see many of these anymore. And then this is this shows the whole release for that year. So this was the big garage set. Unfortunately, I don't have it, but oh well. So then 1997. Well, one thing I'll note, like, they didn't just release the gas station in 1996. Of course, I don't have every set, but these are just some of the sets that have gone through the years. So this is the oil refinery. Cool set. Now I realize this video is going to be really long, so I'm going to try to go through some of these pretty quick, but little car wash set, and it has a little garage there too. Cement loading dock. Police station. Construction playset. McDonald's. And this is another variation of that original car wash with the, or gas station, excuse me, with the Shell gas station theme. And Dragon drive-through. This one, it's a little different than the other sets because it's not quite as realistic. It's not like it's not really like a super city set. This one is copyright where does it say, 99. So they're changing things up a little bit because, you know, you're not gonna, in real life, you're not gonna have a weird like hot rod set where the cars race through it or whatever. It's a little different, but not bad. Like, for instance, you got the car wash, it's more realistic. Cement loading dock's pretty realistic, so is the police station. I mean, obviously, you're not going to have police cars racing down ramps like super fast and everything in a real police station, but You gotta make these fun, so they gotta be a little bit unrealistic, but I don't know. That's just me babbling on, I guess. Anyway, now we get into 2000, and we can see a new logo, but these are still pretty good designs. This is an auto dealership. You got an elevator, launcher, nice ramp, pretty cool set. And this one is 2000 as well. Detail center, just a new variation of a car wash set pretty much. And it's pretty cool design. So then we get to these newer models. These are 2004. But one thing I'll note about these is that they're actually re-releases. This Turbo Town, or this Turbo Garage, Crash Test, these are both 2000 models that came out with these two sets. And this Nitrox mine I already showed you is the same thing as the cement loading dock playset from the 90s. They just rehashed the sets. No new ideas or anything. It just came with two little barrels here. And the colors are a bit different, more modern colors, I suppose. But Crash Test we have, gas station, Turbo Garage, which is re-release of the 2000 gas station. So yeah, that's pretty neat. But you notice about these newer sets, these 2000 releases, like this one, this Crash Test, this really isn't that much of a city set, and the only reason I really put it in this video is because it connects to them. It has the same connectability to the Hot Wheels World sets, but essentially it's not a city set if you look at it. I mean, there's no, it's about as unrealistic as you can get. I mean, you just launch cars and do like stunts. It's not really a city theme. So you can see right here in 2004, well actually 2000-ish was when this originally came out. Probably not 2000. This Crash Test didn't correspond exactly with these 2000 sets. It was probably more like 2002, but this is a re-release of the original. But the point is that Hot Wheels started to turn away from the city set theme, which is really sad. I mean, they kept a few elements like the connectability, but for the most part it really changed, and ever since then we haven't seen any real new releases of city sets, just rehashings, and I don't know if we ever will, and it's kind of sad if we don't. And even with this gas station, you can see it's kind of a, you know, it's a little bit more of a crazy, far out type of design, you know. It's hard to describe, but it doesn't look quite as realistic as this old gas station, for instance. So just shows that they were coming out with new ideas, different way of doing things. And I still kind of like this design, but that is about as far as I liked the sets, because after that they really didn't make any city sets. But anyway, those are the $5 sets that I showed, and I kind of showed how those went through the years. And now these are some of the bigger sets that I own. So this is Car Crusher, and I have multiple variations of this. Mostly, actually, they are all re-releases, but this is the original, 2007. And yeah, it's kind of a cool set. You got a crane here, and then bring it over here. You got a car crusher. You can stack your cars right here, ready to get them crushed. It's kind of cool. It's a pretty cool set. And of course, McDonald's Deluxe playset, which comes with the standard $5 set, but it also comes with some pieces of track. And these are the standard Hot Wheels World play track pieces. You got three-way intersections. They really didn't do much four-way intersections, which I think would have been pretty cool, but whatever, and you got 90-degree turns, and this set doesn't come in with any, but also you had straight intersections, straight track, which is the same length as this without the extra intersection. So that's McDonald's Deluxe playset. This was a pretty rare one. They didn't sell it at all the big box stores like they did this Car Crusher, for example. And then this one, this is just a bigger box for the $5 gas station playset. This was, I think, either a Target or Walmart exclusive, probably Target. And basically it just comes with a big truck, and then they charged a little more for it. Might have been like $8 or something, I can't remember. But we got the FedEx World Service Center. It's nice and realistic looking. I mean, obviously it can't be 100% realistic, but you know, to keep a lot of fun value with this, it's pretty realistic. Has a garage on the bottom. Got a FedEx truck here. You got these little packages, load them into this little conveyor belt, and then you can reload them onto the truck. So neat little design. And then we have another re-release of the Car Crusher. Just a little bit of a different box, but the set is exactly the same. Yeah, so not a whole lot to say about that one. And next we have the construction site, the big construction site. A standard $10-ish play set cost something like $10. So, and you know, this one isn't super realistic, I guess. You got an elevator, but it's still pretty cool. And then you can launch a car down this little ramp and destroy the building here. You got a crane and a nice little ramp system. So this is a pretty cool one. Not super realistic, but you know, kind of. So still fits. Still goes with the city sets. And this one is a rare one that I found on eBay. I never saw this in stores when I was a kid, but oops, sorry about that. This is the Metro bus station, and basically it comes with two pieces of track. This is the gas station with a different color scheme, and this is the FedEx. This is the FedEx Service Center without the FedEx logo and different colors. And it comes with one car, one bus. So, but the price tag on it says $15, Toys R Us. So yeah. So now we change logos. And now we're in the 2000 era of sets. Just gotta pull these out of here. I'll start with this one. Show Kart Test Track. I got this on eBay. I am guessing this is like a KB Toys exclusive or something, although I never saw it in stores. It comes with the Go-Kart Test Track and then the auto dealership. This was a $5 set. This is like a $10 set, so I'm guessing it costed $15. And it comes with two cars. So I'll flip it over, and again, now this one is, you know, for the most part kind of realistic, but you can just see new ideas developing, a little bit less realistic sets. I mean, you got go-karts flying off here. It's more like a stunt set kind of thing. I mean, it still kind of fits with the city sets, and we got a nice little piece of track here. But, you know, you can see the ideas starting to shift a little bit. And I'll show you that with the next couple sets as well. So now we got Speed Shift Duel. I thought this was a pretty cool set. Basically we have a double car lift right here. And then a little race track. And then this, whoever wins, whichever car's the fastest, the flag goes up in that lane. It connects with the city sets right here. You can connect it with the track. But of course, it represents new ideas, new themes. This is more of a stunt set than it is a city set. It's not very realistic. It's still pretty cool, but a little different. And then we got Jetport, and this really shows a new extreme kind of thing, because this is really not a city set at all. Still connects with the city sets, of course, but you got two sections here. You can do a really fast launch through here, or you can go through here and launch this little airplane. It's called Jetport, and it's like a little airport theme type of set. I mean, it's still pretty cool, but not quite as good, in my opinion, as these older sets. So, now these are, let's see, I believe these ones are 2001. Yeah, these have a copyright of 2001. But now what these are, the interesting thing is this set and this set I actually bought at Walgreens, brand new. I think it was in 2009, and I'm guessing Hot Wheels just, I don't know, either they had like an excess stock of them and they decided to sell them, or they just kept the old design of the box. But anyway, they sold these early in 2001, and then kind of re-released them at Walgreens and a few other stores in 2009. But what they are, these are more rehashing sets, so I'm not going to say anything bad about these, because these are re-releases of the old 1990s sets. You got the Ford dealership here, Ford Auto Assembly, and then the car wash, and you get 6 pieces of track. These are same classic sets, and you can actually still find these in stores today, so that's good. You go to Walgreens, and I'm not sure what other stores. I've seen them in some small, locally owned toy stores. So if you're interested, they do still sell these, but with a little newer box design, which I will show. Comes with 2 cars, 3 sets, and some track. $20. You really can't beat that. That's a really good price, and I have 2 more sets just like this I'll show. So, Ultimate Hot Rod Racing, and you got the Crash Curve set, and then you know, I don't really exactly remember the name of this one. I can't remember what it was called when it was released in the 90s, but Hot Rod Racing set. It's a little bit of an unrealistic design, but it's still pretty cool. And Crash Curve is just a basic city type of play track set. This is newer than some of the older play tracks like Super Highway, which I didn't show, but a little newer type of thought going into it, more stunty type of design, but still kind of fits with the city theme. And we got Downtown Roadway. Here's the front of the box. And the back. Crash Curve, car wash, and police station, and some track. This one, I bought this on eBay. This is a true 2001 set. This has not been re-released at all, so this is, as far as I know, discontinued indefinitely or whatever. And one thing I'll note about the rest of these as we go, these are all pretty much re-released sets. There's nothing new here. It's just new re-releases of the old stuff. So we got a car wash. This is from the 90s, but this is from 2005. Comes with 3 cars and some little accessories. But even by including these little accessories, that even shows that their new kind of concept, the way they're selling these, because what they meant to do with that is like you drive the car down here and crash into all the barrels and stuff, which is more of like a stunt set theme. And this only was in stores for like a year or 2, and they got rid of it. So, and these next 3 I've kind of already showed. We got Car Crusher again, Auto Showroom, which is Ford dealership again, just without the Ford label. Express delivery is the same as FedEx Service Center. These come with no cars, and they were sold mostly at like stores like Walgreens. And these are some classic track sets. We got Radical Roadway, late 1990s sets re-released, and this has a copyright of, let's see where we're at, 2007. So a little bit of a new stunt type of theme. You launch the car and it flies off, but you got the track, you got the standard play track, so you can have like if you want to pretend you're in a little city, you can do that. So that is that. And we got Crash Curve, which I already kind of showed. A little bit of a stunt area, but you still get the standard play track to make your own layout. It's another thing I liked about these old Hot Wheels World sets. You can make your own layouts, something you can't do with a lot of modern Hot Wheels releases. Turbo Town, City Speedway, same thing as the go-kart test track, just different color. That one was a KB Toys release. And then, whoops, stuff is falling over. Hot Rod Garage. This is the new box design for Ultimate Hot Rod Racing. It's the same exact thing, just a little bit of a different name, and of course different box art and the newer logo. So that's cool. Walgreens, that's where I got that. Same as this, Ultimate Raceway. Basically it gets rid of the Ford themes on these two sets, but essentially the same set. Classic re-releases of the same track sets, and you can still find these at Walgreens. And let's see, for curiosity, what the year is. 2009. Maybe I'll try and focus here. And you can see 2009. And I just have a couple more. This is a late 90s set, Tune-Up Shop, re-released at Toys R Us exclusively. Comes with 2 cars. It's a great classic design, and actually usually it was released concurrently with that car wash set, so it's the same size box and all that. The only the whole thing is kind of unrealistic, but still it has some realistic elements anyways. But, you know, it was just a cool set. Not much more I can say about that. And then Toys R Us, we have another re-release of the Jetport set, which I already showed. Toys R Us exclusive. I believe it's still sold there as of 2011. So Power Tower, this is a re-release of, I cannot remember what it was called. It was an early 2000 release. Police theme of some sort. I just can't remember the original name of it, so I'm sorry about that. But this one is called Power Tower, and basically comes with 2 little figures, 2 cars. Toys R Us exclusive as far as I know. That's where I purchased it. It's got an automatic elevator here, some ramps, and then a big drop for a big police chase, which is pretty cool. And finally, this is the big one, 2010, but this is a re-release of a set called the Power Shift Garage, which was originally an electronic set. Now I'll turn this around and show the back. You can just see the thickness of this box. It's really it's a big set. And yeah, it's pretty cool. You got a hand crank elevator here, and you got a little showroom on the top. parking places all around. A little launcher here. Got lots of ramps. Yep, and then this is a little launcher thing. It activates this little car launcher here. And it's, I mean, there are unrealistic elements, but you can pretend it's like a real parking garage. You know, you got the basic elevator, you got ramps to go up and down, and you got parking places. So it has realistic elements to it. But again, this is a re-release. The Power Shift Garage, when it was first released in like the late 90s or something, this handle here actually operated the elevator. It was electronic, and this showroom spun around by powering that too. But now this is manually controlled, and so is the elevator. And so that brings me to all of the sets I have. I feel like I'm missing some that I might not have found when I look through all my boxes, but if I find them, I'll edit them in. So, but now just for a little last minute discussion here. I know this video is long, and I don't know who's going to enjoy it. But anyway, after the early 2000s, all these sets I showed you, these are re-released sets. And I'm glad they re-released them because they're great sets, of course, but re-released sets of the late 90s, early 2000s of the Hot Wheels World playsets. And some of these sets are still available. This Mega Garage, I know, actually 2011, they had a Black Friday deal at Walmart.com. You could get it for 25 bucks. So that was pretty cool. So you still can get some cool sets. I know. We got Radical Roadway and Crash Curve. Those are easy to find. And these sets over here, they sell them at Walgreens. So if you're still into these, you can find some of the sets at stores like Walmart. Walmart doesn't sell a lot of them, but they still sell a Car Crusher set. Walgreens sells these. Toys R Us sells a bunch of sets. So if you still want to try and look for them without like searching eBay and all that, you can still find them at some stores. But the thing to notice is that they are re-released sets of when I think that the city theme of Hot Wheels was in their prime, late 90s, early 2000s. And they really haven't had any good new sets with any city theme since then. Just re-releases, and for the most part the re-releases are kind of hard to find compared to the 90s when these things filled up all the shelves. So, like, you know, the newer, more modern sets you find are stunt sets, or like stupid spider themes, you know, weird themed sets. So, also I got a couple games that a YouTube user wanted me to show. Hot Wheels Micro Racers. Old 1990s game. My copy is very scratched. And then I got this Wii game. Hot Wheels Beat That. I haven't played it much. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, this very long video, and that's it.